Right. But
I
the X
don't, I
Men
don't remember
track
that
was just
song.
like I don't know, like the
Huh.
Stronghold gang
What's
of
good, everybody?
stereotypes. It was just
Yeah.
it was a beautiful find for me,
Right.
and I love everything about it. I wanted to be part of the Stronghold crew. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, Searing's Walls. Come on now, man. He's been in the mix for a long time. Yeah, we all know about that cat. That's nobody's that album.
Q, Rayshawn, Ronnie, what's up?
It wasn't up on people's radars. Like I had the tape back then.
Elastic from Metallica.
And then I could go to like maybe an internet rapper that I found out about back in the
Yes, this is the finale episode. Got some major announcements after the review. Thank y'all so much for bearing with me, watching these reviews. I was really surprised. I went by them so fucking fast, low key. Felt like yesterday I just did Ride the Lightning.
Getting that wrong. I'm a lousy trip. Well. And I thought I was the family bitch. Not even close.
I'm good on that. Wally, you're my best friend. Wally, you're my best friend. Together we can change the world. To be honest, I kind of expected more different artists because I know they did an episode on LL Cool J a while back. The Busta Rhymes episode would be interesting. I never heard a lot of people tell his story before. I'm good, Q. I'm just chilling at the moment, eating a quick dinner. Give me 1 second.
Yo, my bad,
Yo,
my bad. You hear me?
yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Cool.
my bad. I was doing the IG live show. Just ran late and just talking about like some underground hip hop. So what's
Yeah, I
good?
saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, he started at 10. Yo, IG was tripping because they kicked us off and then we had to come back on. So
Wow.
yeah, every day we were bugging out in there. So yeah, it was cool. It's talking about like some great '90s hip hop. The Bush Babies and Channel Live
Ooh.
groups. We should be talking about anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to like get a lot of rare hip hop albums for this to go around and shit like that too.
right. I'm still on the hunt for those, man. Cause that's what makes collecting fun. Just being on the hunt for those rare gems. You know,
Helter Skelter's Nocturnal is expensive as fuck.
of course, all the boot camp shit is expensive. you know, yeah, RG tripping. They're like getting rid of like old videos that people posted up from years ago. I'm like, yo, I had like shit up from like 4 years ago that they just now taking down.
Shit, they're trying to be like fucking YouTube now and shit.
Yeah, they're blocking everything.
Give me 1 sec, I'm gonna throw something away right quick.
Yeah, it's good. Sam's still on vacation. I'm not enthusiastic about uh this whole fucking thing, yo. This Metallica shit. I'm not. I'm not even gonna lie. Favorite behind the music episode? I don't know. Shit, that's a good question. I don't know. Maybe TLC one. There's so many that I've seen over the years. So yeah, I know they bringing the show back. I saw the commercial for that. Um, I didn't see LL Cool J in the trailer though. I saw Fat Joe and I saw J Lo and they had Busta Rhymes. I don't know much what more they could say about those artists. We know like just about everything about them. So
What y'all talking about?
behind the music,
Oh yeah.
the reboot. What more can they say about LL Cool J that we don't know? You know what I'm saying? Or
Unless they're talking more about the incident with Def Jam and 14 Shots of Dope era, then
he don't talk about that album. It's Mama Said Knock You Out, Phenomenon. Radio. That's about it.
something like a phenomenon.
Fat Joe. What more can they say about Fat Joe that we don't know about, or J Lo?
And they did it behind the music on J Lo too.
And she has another one coming out.
Why?
So I don't know. Unless she's talking about like her marriage and her kids, I don't really know what else she could talk about. I don't know. New Kids on the Block.
They
August
did one
26th.
on New Kids on the Block too. Like,
Wow.
if they're gonna actually reboot behind the music, then pick artists that never actually
Right.
got
That they never. Can we get one on J Cole or Kendrick? You know.
that.
Big Crit. You know what I'm saying? I'll even take an ASAP Rocky one, a Tyler the Creator. Like I don't.
Give me one on Master P.
Right. I don't understand why they're doing the same artists that they did before. So
At least reboot the classic albums documentary. I'd rather have
right,
that.
yeah, right. I would like to see that. You know, favorite classic album, and it's anything. Cuban Link.
Hmm. So did you see the T Pain rant earlier?
Oh God, what he rant about now?
How artists are doing the same shit. Hold on, I'm gonna play it. Hold on. It's hilarious.
Oh man, what is wrong with T Pain? Is he like clout chasing now? Is he clout chasing? Cause he ain't had a hit in so long, you know.
God damn it! Do some different music!
Is that him for real?
Yeah.
All the shit that you're doing, we already have it. Lil Uzi Vert is already doing it. Lil Baby is already doing it. Your Baby is already doing it. It's literally two niggas with Baby in their names that's already doing all the music you want. Do something else. Do something else. That's it. That's all we want. Do something else.
Are you serious?
Holy shit.
Wow.
We have it. We have it already. You don't have to do that music anymore. We have it. Else. Just, God damn it.
I don't understand.
Nigga sound like Cartman. This shit.
Right. But we've been saying this for forever, so that's nothing new. I don't understand why he's coming out now and saying that.
Do something. God damn it.
That's funny.
This two niggas named Baby.
What artists are behind the music? They have done a whole bunch of artists that they could be doing right now. There's a lot.
T Pain's funny.
T Pain ain't no Mr. Originality himself though, so coming from him, I'm like that's kind of a stretch. And that's all everybody. What it's like once he was doing auto tune, everybody wanted to use auto tune at that time. You know, R&B artists was using it, rap artists was using it. He didn't start nothing that was new.
That's hilarious.
He sound crazy.
Do something.
Crazy.
So I decided, like, I'm just gonna have my laptop facing the TV and shit
Oh,
like that too.
okay. So you gonna look back for information all the time, or?
Oh no, just in case I want to like watch some funny shit and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So Vince Staples' new album is dope.
Yeah, you said you heard it, right?
Yeah.
It was good. I didn't hear it yet.
I definitely want to talk about the Raheem Devon album.
Yes,
That one.
that was dope.
Um Tyler's album. Yeah, we can talk about Tyler's one day.
I think it's dope. There's some good albums out right now.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Very good album.
And none of them are Griselda artists. I think there was a point where it was all Griselda and people couldn't get past that. Like Griselda's not the only artist that's dropping dope music.
That's what I'm saying.
You know. So, yes, Tyler album is dope. Evidence album is dope. Um, there's so much shit out right now. Havoc did a new project with Nice the Future. That's a dope album.
Oh shit.
You know, a lot of good music out there, man.
This guy.
People just gotta find it. They just gotta dig. You can't call yourself a digger, and you're not finding the dopest shit. You gotta dig for the shit online too, not just in the record stores.
Yeah, fuck the record store.
You know. Boys in the Hood, yes, the anniversary was today. It was yesterday. It was classic movie.
That's the soundtrack I still can't find.
Same. I don't have that soundtrack,
I mean, I had it, but I misplaced it.
but you know, I grew up watching that movie so many times, man. It's a hood classic. Yeah, team basketball lost. I don't know I don't know what to say about that basketball team. They might have to drop some players. I know it's just like practice games for them, but if they can't get it together in practice, how are they gonna play? Over in Tokyo.
The world may never know.
They might not get a medal with this bunch.
I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
What's good, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely, Tuesday morning now? It's your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Trial with me.
What up?
And the album we are going to talk about today, this is the finale of Metallica Mondays, the apex in our discussion, the self-titled album, or if Armor diehard fans call it the Black Album, the 1 millionth artist to call this the Black Album, but okay.
That's really the Black Album. No title, no nothing.
Well, yeah, it just has the artist name and shit, you know.
Right.
I know some reissues they kind of have like Metallica's name in white letters
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that too. But I think this is the OG version.
Yeah.
Like, don't mind the condition and shit.
It's just the case.
Yeah. So this album came out in 1991, August 12th to be exact, on Elektra Records. Oh boy. This was produced by James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, and Bob Rock. More on him later. Singles albums known for are Enter Sandman, The Unforgiven, Nothing Else Matters, Wherever I May Roam, and Sad But True. So, this is the album. This is where it all came down to. Just like Injustice for All, this is an album that was controversial in their discography. This is the album that got them on the front page on Rolling Stone magazine. And usually, when an artist gets front page of Rolling Stone magazine, it could either break their career or it could either end their career. So after the release of Injustice for All, they were pretty dissatisfied with like how the mixing was on that album, and even on like albums such as like the previous album as well too. Shit, I only have my notes up, but give me 1 second. So that they always wanted to make an album where they was like everything was just right and everything like that. And so they went on tour in England, I mean not England, in Europe in '89. And while they were on tour, they were like getting some riffs together, start writing songs and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? And so, around that time too, they became friends, they became acquainted with Bob Rock. Now Bob Rock, you guys probably heard if you're all my rock fans, y'all should know who Bob Rock is. But if not, he was like definitely one of the top producers in rock music in the late '80s and '90s. He produced Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood album, which is a very dope album, my favorite album from them, in my opinion. He did the Cult's Sonic Temple album. He did Bon Jovi's Keep the Faith, which, believe it or not, that's actually my favorite Bon Jovi album. And I'm not the biggest Bon Jovi fan. But like, if you guys like that, the dynamic, he does that dynamics. I wouldn't say like poppy, but at the same time, it's like heavy metal that the pop audience can fucking listen to. That makes sense. And so he pretty much, worked with Metallica. And at first, both parties were kind of like indifferent about working with one another and shit like that. Because I think at first, James Hetfield, he was not really too keen on Bob Rock like that, which I'm gonna get into in a minute. And so, for the first time, like when Bob Rock was producing Metallica, he made the band make the album in different ways and asked them to record songs like together, except for what they usually do, like record individually in separate locations. And this is where the problems begin, because you guys know how much I like James Hetfield.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, this is the beginning of the end. This is when he was really doing ad libs in his fucking songs. And you guys, if you guys heard his album, like and shit like that, he does that, yeah, yeah, like that weird fool, like yeah, and then he just drags his fucking words and shit like that too. And Bob Rock kind of made him do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But again, reasons why I miss Cliff Burton, but whatever. And so Bob Rock and Metallica kind of butted heads with one another because Bob Rock, he was pretty much a perfectionist, and he would usually make Metallica re-record songs like take after take after take, and so the album was pretty much remixed 3 times and stuff like that too,
Wow.
and it cost $1 million and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And around that time too, Jason Newsted, the bass player, and Kirk Hammett, I think they were going through divorce with their wives too. James Hetfield, he was getting close with his girlfriend and shit too. And the crazy thing about this album, like a lot of Metallica diehard fans, they kind of cite Bob Rock as the reason why Metallica's sound went downhill because Bob Rock worked with Metallica from the Black Album all the way to the Saint Anger album.
Right.
And you guys know how I feel about post Black Album and shit. Like, I have to be like in a really bad day just to say, you know what, I'm gonna talk about those albums and shit. So, and it's crazy too because the last album, Saint Anger, which a lot of people consider that to be like their worst album or among their worst albums, a petition by 1,500 fans was posted online to ban Bob Rock from producing the Metallica album. So yeah. All right, and so this is the album cover right here. Just the black screen, just the black cover and shit. And they didn't really know what to actually name this album because they at first wanted to name the album Five, or actually wanted to name it after one of the songs off the album, but I guess they wanted to take like the Led Zeppelin approach for what they did with Led Zeppelin 4. Well, originally it was untitled, but the diehard fans and critics, they call that Led Zeppelin 4
Mm.
pretty much and shit too. So yeah, man. So very dope album cover. Shit. Like I said, to give the condition on this cover and shit. And you got all the lyrics, the whole fucking song. That ain't the baby, that's my baby. So this album has 12 songs. Let's get this shit over with. Track number 1, Enter Sandman. To be honest, one of the coolest fucking things I've heard in my life. This song, I know a lot of people sometimes get tired of this song. Yes, it is, in my opinion, their signature track. This first track I've heard from them. But to this day, this is one of those songs I never really get tired of listening to. Like just the intro, like that ding 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 with the fucking guitar solo
Yes.
and shit like that, and then the fucking drum kicks in and stuff like that too, and then the guitar, that the heavy guitar comes, and it's just a nice build up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And this was actually the first song that they wrote for the album too, and the song is pretty much like about a child about to go to sleep and then just getting ready for a nightmare pretty much too. I mean, the guitar riff alone is what makes this song, in my opinion. That da 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 da, like that guitar riff, probably one of their top 5 riffs that James and Kirk did and stuff like that, in my opinion. Um, legendary song. My favorite performance was when they did it on the VMAs and stuff like that too. But you have like the fans that love this song, but then you have the fans that hate this song too because they feel like it
Right.
wasn't like the signature thrash metal Metallica because they were kind of going for that more traditional conventional kind of heavy metal at that time too. Even though they still had their thrashish roots, but you have to really look deep and hard and shit, you know. But this is the classic song, hands down my favorite Metallica song. Period.
Classic song. Um, this is the one Metallica song that I do know.
Yeah,
You know, just from being a horror fan and hearing it in a lot of like different movies and stuff. So, um, yeah, like the guitar riffs on it was dope, and yeah, it's definitely a true rock song.
yeah, man. This is like a classic song. Like 1991 was just a dope year for fucking rock music itself. Like you had like from all genres, you had like alternative,
Hmm.
you had like traditional rock, you know, you had grunge, of course, and then heavy metal was still going strong and shit. You know, hair metal was out the way and shit too. So yeah, man, this definitely this and Smells Like Teen Spirit alone were like the most impactful songs
Yes.
from '91 when it comes to rock music and shit. Um, then we have Sad But True. So this is like where the song I really go to when I talk about James Hetfield with the fucking ad libs and the forced way of him singing and shit like that too. Like the yeah, come on, like all that shit. I never was a big fan of, but this was like one of the few songs where it actually worked. First of all, that beat, I love that fucking beat, like that heavy bass and Lars on the fucking drums too was definitely ill. Pretty much what I got from this song was how a person's darker side wants to take control and shit like that. Like if they just fed up and whatnot, and they just want to unleash their fury, unleash their hatred and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So yeah, this is definitely a very dope track right here. Minus like the mixed feelings I have against James Hetfield. But speaking of Hetfield too, some people have also said that it can also be like him talking about like entering rehab for alcohol and addictions too, because you know he had like substance abuse problems over the years and shit too.
Right.
But yeah, oh, and this song was also influenced by the 1978 horror movie Magic, with Anthony Hopkins too. So
Magic.
yeah,
I don't think I've seen that.
me neither.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it was cool. I like the beat for it and the bass line, and again, like it's another song I could hear from in horror movies. So yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, very dope. Give me 1 second. Okay. So now after Sad But True, we're gonna get into Holier Than Thou. Self-explanatory. Just talking about, sanctimonious people, people who really wanted to like self-righteous and stuff like that. Interesting story. Bob Rock actually wanted this song to be the first track, the first single off this album. And James Hetfield, he himself was not like a big fan of this song because he said it's pretty silly. Yeah, this song is silly, but okay. I'm sorry, but some of the shit like I respect artists' opinions. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes Metallica, like I've been going through some of the songs where I like, and then they themselves don't fuck with. But then the shit that I disdain, cough cough, say anger,
Hmm.
it's supposed to be like a revolutionary album, whatever to
Right.
them. But yeah, but minus like the escape song from Ride the Lightning, this song was okay for the most part. I wouldn't really call it quote unquote silly, but it's not really like a song from Metallica I would really put as a first single and shit. But to each his own.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool track. Um, I think Enter Sandman should have been. That's a better single than this to me.
I agree.
I don't see. I mean, maybe the artists. Sometimes I don't know. I feel like artists don't want to admit when they were wrong, and that's where the fans come in and just being like a listener.
Oh shit.
Huh?
Oh no, I was watching that shit.
I just saying like just being like a listener. Like sometimes they might need to listen to the fans. Like, yo, there should be a single instead of this song. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see this song being a first single. That's just me.
I agree.
You know.
To me, if this song was a first single, the album would not have been successful as it was. Because I feel like Enter Sandman and even Nothing Else Matters,
Right.
those were like the songs that really made the album sell as many copies as it did too.
Mm-hmm.
And of course MTV, but
And MTV, right?
hmm track number four, The Unforgiven. I swear a lot of these songs sound like fucking horror movies by itself too.
Oh, they were
Um
named after movies.
yeah. So this was a quote unquote ballad. You know, it's talking about like the struggles James Hetfield had with like his mom's death
Mm-hmm.
because like I think for her religion she didn't want to take no treatment. I think she was like a Christian Scientist, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't want to take no treatment for her disease and stuff like that. And he starts questioning religion
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot too. And ironically, it's funny how I say horror movie because the horn section, yes, Metallica had a horn section. Um, it was taken from the Unforgiven movie score and stuff like that too.
From
So
Clint Eastwood movie.
yeah, I believe so.
Oh, the Western. Okay.
Yeah. Um, I'm not gonna lie. This is like my least favorite ballad off this album, but it's not a bad song. I mean, on paper, it's a good idea on paper, but I feel like it was executed a bit. I don't know. I just felt like it was a bit all over the place, but it's not a bad song. It's not.
Well, I mean, I did watch The Unforgiven when that came out back then with Clint Eastwood. That was a good Western, and I'm not like huge on Westerns, but I've seen a couple. So I mean, like I think the song was cool. It's not like great to me, but I'm always like intrigued by a heavy metal band doing ballads. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was a cool song, and you know, it was cool to me.
Exactly.
And the thing about see, didn't Bob Marley do the same thing when he had the brain tumor? He didn't want no treatment.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. Sherman Hemsley.
Hmm.
He was a Scientologist, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't want no treatment,
Right.
from what I heard. Um,
Nee boy, what's up?
Sonny boy, 61
Right.
days.
He talking about. I'm assuming he's talking about the NFL season. That's why he put that there.
Ah,
I got you.
ah,
I'm gonna do a play by play. I will do it.
cool. Track number five, Wherever I May Roam. Um, just to let y'all know, Entertainment is my favorite track off this album. But if I was to pick a second, it might be this track right here.
Mm.
Again, another song like was like a dark, sinister ass beat, in my opinion. Another song when James Hetfield ad libs. Oh, yeah, like, oh my god.
You didn't like it.
It's just when it comes to like certain artists, there's always some a little thing that marks a new era. For Jay Z, it was the time when he started working with Just Blaze and everything like that.
Right.
Um, the Supremes when
Hmm.
Cindy Birdsong came and they did Love Child. Metallica is kind of tricky because I might want to go with Cliff Burton slash and Justice for All, but I might want to go with the Black Album and look
Right.
specifically at the James Hetfield's voice
Hmm.
because that specific thing is just like I don't know. I just this is one of the things that kind of drags the album down because the production is dark as it is,
Right.
but at the same time with James Hetfield, it's like some songs it works, but then some songs it's just but it's
So
not. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying so like when you say Jay Z and Just Blaze, do you feel like he didn't make his best stuff with Just Blaze?
Oh no! It's not that. It's just like a different era,
Oh yeah.
like a different chapter in a person's career. That's what I meant to say.
Right.
Cause he made some of his best shit with Just Blaze and shit.
He did some joints. I prefer him before Just Blaze, but
Same.
he did his joint. Just Blaze to me did the stuff the best shit for like beans and state property. I mean,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah. It's me with Jay Z. That is the Clark Kent ski era,
Mhm.
DJ Premier. That's the production team. That's the dream team to me.
Yeah, ski
Hmm. But
definitely.
yeah, this track right here was it's very very good track. You know what I'm saying? It's just pretty much talking about like a drifter who enters the earth for the first time, but at the same time he just likes to walk on the highway,
Hmm.
on the road and shit like that too. Very, like I said, very dope track. It kind of reminds me. It low-key reminds me of something that what's that group? Like something that Black Sabbath would have definitely done
Hmm.
back in like the mid '70s and shit too. Which hint that's like their main influence and shit too. Them and Iron Maiden and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
Definitely a cool song. I don't know what we're just watching right now.
I'm watching
Oh my
Jackass
god.
too.
Oh wow. Oh, you know they got a new movie coming out.
Oh, for real?
Yes, Jackass Forever.
Mm.
That's I saw the not the trailer's not out yet. I saw like the photos online, so that's coming out.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a cool song. I liked it.
Yeah, definitely wish you want that. Now we're gonna get into "Don't Tread on Me." This was a kind of like almost a controversial song because with the title "Don't Tread on Me," many people thought it was like an anti-war song, and they were kind of panicking, saying, "Oh my God, Metallica is doing this." It's like one of the main reasons why people are saying Metallica was selling out or whatever. But James Hetfield say it's like a quote unquote "Don't fuck with us" song,
Mm,
like a braggadocio song.
right.
But it does make references to the Gaston flag, which has like a rattlesnake, ironically, on the album cover and shit like that, and the slogan called "Don't Tread on Me." So this was actually one of my favorite tracks off this album. Just vintage Metallica, in my opinion. Like it kind of has like a Kill 'Em All reminiscent kind of sound, in my opinion,
Mm,
but with a '90s twist, and I fuck with it.
right. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool. I don't see why when artists take a stand and talk about going to war or whatever, like it becomes controversial. I just never understood that. Like artists are humans just like us, so I mean, if they wanted to talk about war or whatever, they have the right to do that. It's this freedom of speech. So just for that alone, I think it was like a cool song for them. To step out of they comfort zone and talk about something that a lot of people could relate to in this country. So
Yeah, yeah, I definitely hear what you guys say about that. Um, next track. Next track, Through the Never. Again, another solid track right here. Is from what I got from that track is pretty much talking about how the universe and whatnot, and how one wants to seek knowledge and information and shit.
right.
Kind of a different topic for Metallica, it's just pretty much questioning the world around them. And that's one of the things about this album. It took like a lot of risk with the storytelling and the song choices,
Hmm.
which again, I'm gonna talk about more on the next track too.
Yeah. Again, something different and I don't think you want to hear the same old thing from your favorite artists. I mean, I think it's good for them to take risk and try different concepts and talk about different subject matter and that's what they did on this track. So that's dope.
Yeah, yes, sir. Nothing else matters. Okay, Metallica fans. Boo! Oh my God! Oh, Metallica does
They're
a
selling
ballad.
out.
Let me just get that all out the way.
They're selling out.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, Metallica went soft. Boo! Okay, let's get the bullshit aside. Let's just get it out the way. Next to Enter Sandman, this is probably their most controversial song. This is pretty much James Hetfield going his soapbox. As it was pretty much like a tribute he did to his girlfriend at the time. And the song originally was not meant to be released or recorded because it was just for something personal for his girl. And he always used to play the guitar riff for her while he's on the phone with her and shit like that too. But I guess Mr. Wonder producer Bob Rock, he wanted Metallic James Hefter to record it, and this was like I can tell this is one of the songs where both James and Bob were really kind of going butting heads too, from what I've heard and what I've read about this track too, because they really wanted to make this perfect and shit. Let me tell y'all something. This may be a power ballad, this may be a ballad, whatever. But personally, it still has its heaviness. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of put it in the same class as what's that track? What's that track? Like Led Zeppelin's, the Rain song and shit like that. Which is a very beautiful song too. You know, probably like Guns N' Roses, Paradise City, like in a weird way. But it's not as cheesy as Poison's Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
I said I like that song. That might be like the only Poison. No, I don't want to say that's the only Poison song. No, it might be like another one, but I know that song from watching the video all the time on MTV. So
Yeah, that's I
you
got
don't
so
like that
tired.
song?
VH1 Classic overplayed that song. I got so tired of.
They did.
White Snakes is This Love, which that's another song I like
Hmm.
pretty much. Rest in peace to Tony, by the way, the girl in the video. But yeah, this was actually a pretty experimental. So it's an acquired taste for Metallica fans. That's all I gotta say.
It was different. Like again, like they tried different sounds and topics on this album, and I thought you got to give them they props for trying something different and going outside of the box.
Right.
So just for that alone, I thought that was cool.
Exactly. So like that's the risk, and they all taking on this album and shit. They won't never take this many risks again.
Right.
I'm gonna be real with you. Track number 9 of Wolf and Men. Um, this song was aight. It was aight.
Right.
It's pretty much talking about a nigga turning into a werewolf in a way. I mean, it's
That's
decent.
that's definitely a horror movie. That was supposed to be actually the original storyline for Conjuring 3. Cause
Oh
there's
wow.
supposedly there was a case that the Warrens had they were on, and the guy claimed that he was possessed by a werewolf or something like that,
Yeah.
and like he murdered people, and that was supposed to be the original script. I don't know what happened between the original script and what they came out with, but that definitely sounds like a horror film.
For real. That sounds like a good horror film.
Yeah, that should have been the story. I didn't like how Conjuring 3 came out, but yeah, I've always been a fan of like werewolf horror films and stuff. So it definitely has that feel of a horror film.
Alright. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Alright, then after of Wolf and Men, we got The God That Failed. Again, another song where like James Hetfield is questioning like his mother's death and religion and shit like that too. And it pretty much like goes in depth about what like his mom was going through, like the beliefs that she had, and and it's talking about how the only help that she really wanted was just prayer. And so when she died and whatnot, James Hetfield was just like in a confused place and whatnot too. And his dad had walked out of his life. His dad walked out of his life when he was little, but
Mm.
you know the story. Once you're rich and famous, that's when
Hmm.
they always want to
They
come
come
back to
back.
you
Yep.
and whatnot too. But yeah, it's a very personal song. Again, another risk taking song. This vocally was the best track off this album, personally, in my opinion. And that's coming from a lot after I ripped on this motherfucker singing this whole review.
Yeah, I definitely a real personal song, real touching, and I could definitely relate because I never had my pops in my life, and think I was like 14 when I first saw him, and told him back then to fuck off. So I could definitely relate to what dude was singing about in the song, and yeah, like it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think nobody wants to see their loved one pass away. So especially your mom. So yeah, it was a good song.
Yeah, very good song. Very, very good song. Hell, this even could have been. Hell, no, I don't think it could have been a single. It would have been too controversial.
Right. Of
They
course.
weren't ready for that
They
yet. They
wasn't
weren't.
ready. They wasn't ready for Nirvana back then either.
Oh,
You know.
that's true. Shit, they were still stuck on "She's My Cherry Pie." Can you
uh,
imagine if Nirvana wouldn't have blown up the way they blew up? Can you
right.
imagine how long hair metal would have lasted and shit?
Man.
Can you imagine
They
like
made a
certain?
big thing about Jenny's Got a Gun from Aerosmith. That was a big controversial song.
That's
You
actually my
know.
song too.
I love that song, but I mean, man, the media was just the media back then.
That's one Aerosmith album we should talk about, the Pump album.
Let's do it.
That's actually an Aerosmith album in the '80s. That's actually my favorite,
That's your
Loki.
favorite.
Yeah,
Dope.
yeah, man. Hell, like who that? You know the album's like dirt cheap too, so.
Right.
But yeah, yeah, media they ain't ready like Sinead O'Connor with her crazy ass and shit.
They wasn't ready for her.
They wasn't ready for her.
Nope.
Hell, Madonna did like a prayer. They
Oh
had
yeah.
us pray because she was doing the whole burning the crosses and shit.
That shit was on Nightline back then.
Yeah,
They made like a whole story about that. I'm like, it's okay, like we get it. She not killing nobody. She's
right.
rich. She could buy y'all crosses if you want. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Yeah, you said what you had to say, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was like I said, like it was a real personal song, and I definitely can understand what he was going through on that song. So
Right. All right. Now the last two tracks. Track number 11, "My Friend of Misery." Actually, hold on, scratch that. Oh no, never mind, never mind. Yeah, "My Friend of Misery." Um, this originally was supposed to have been like their traditional instrumental, but James Hetfield decided it would have been better if he done his singing on his instrumental. Um, to each his own, but okay.
yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. The song was good. The song was good and shit like that too. But again, me personally, as a diehard Metallica fan, I miss that instrumental in their albums and stuff like that, like the Master Puppets, and of
right.
course Orion from yeah, like I said, Master, like I mentioned, Ride the Lightning or whatever. But yeah, it's just a solid song. I'm not gonna lie.
It was,
It's
yeah, it was
pretty
cool.
pretty dope. James Hetfield. He did his thing. That's all I gotta say. He did his
Yeah,
thing.
it was a cool track. I like the beat. The beat was dope.
Yeah. And the last track, "The Struggle Within." Pretty much again, this was like nice way to end off this album. Him just talking about like him going through like mental illnesses, finding demons within inside him and shit like that. Um, again, nice way to end off this album. A risk taking song by Metallica and shit because this was a group that was talking about crazy shit in the past and stuff like that too. Cannibalism and all that bullshit. But yeah,
It's a more mature album for them. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess I feel like when you're a rock artist at that, when you're young, like in your teens or 20s, you're gonna talk about a lot of crazy shit, and then when you get older, you start being reflective. So I think that's what probably uh, you know their music reflected that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I thought it was a cool song to end the album off.
right. Okay. Oh wow. This album to me, it gets overhated. Now it's not the greatest thing since sliced bread, but at the end of the day, I feel like this album is like the true apex when it comes to Metallica, like in career and shit. Like this album was a nice transition into the '90s and stuff like that too. Like this album and Megadeth Rust in Peace as well, which definitely got to talk about Megadeth in the future. Um, but yeah, I love like the risk they took with this album when they talk more about social issues like religion and mental illness. Um, Now I'm not gonna lie, certain songs, that's why like maybe one or two songs I could maybe have done without. Cause the best Metallica albums were like 8 or 9 songs. This one was a good 12 songs, so that's actually more filler, but not like filler like it's avoidable filler. Um Again, I was ragging on James Hetfield's voice, but I really don't put that much blame on James. That most of the blame goes to like Bob Rock. And say what you say want to say about Bob Rock, but I feel like this album and the Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood was like, if you want to get what's that word, introduction to his work, I will listen to those two albums as well. I will give this album. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5,
Oh wow.
in my opinion. I feel like this album like it allowed people's introduction to Metallica and whatnot too. The reason why I don't give like a 4 or 5 mics was because even though I do say the album is risk taking and they took a lot of risk, not all the risk was fully executed well, if that makes sense too, because it just felt like to me they were trying to like just throw in certain ideas on the wall. Whereas like with the previous album, it I wouldn't say it followed a theme, but they knew what worked and what didn't work. Like if you like watch the reviews, I rarely said it was an okay album on like Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, or even Master of Puppets 2. But then once we got into Injustice for All, that's where the cracks were beginning to show. And with this album too, it's like they just wanted to make like what they mentioned before. They just wanted to make that one good album where everything, the mixing was right because they felt like in certain albums the drums were too loud or the guitars were too loud and shit like that too. Which,
Right.
yeah, it was, but at the same time, I feel like that's what really truly made Metallica sound because a lot of thrash metal albums at that time, the guitars will mix it. Or if you listen to OG copies, the guitars will mix a bit too high or some shit like that too. So, but yeah, man, this is definitely like, in my opinion, the last great Metallica album I enjoyed, and it's a must-have in your collection for all my Metallica heads. So,
Dope.
thank y'all so much for watching these Metallica reviews and shit.
Dope. Dope.
So, what you
Ronnie said it's 5 mics for him.
Okay, I feel you. So, oh, and they're actually trying to re-release the album too
Mm.
to celebrate like the 30th anniversary, and it's gonna have like a 53 track covers album.
Oh shit.
Like certain artists like Elton John and Miley Cyrus are gonna cover the songs, but I don't really care about all that. To be real, like
53
I said, I feel
tracks.
like
Wow.
certain songs should not always be covered.
Right.
But
Especially by Miley Cyrus. No.
but I do have a few announcements I want to make. So I got a new job today.
Congrats.
Thank you so much. And it's interesting because it's a weekend job, and I'm working from like 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Right.
So that means when it comes to like Sunday reviews, I'm gonna have to do like more reviews like in the afternoons and shit too. But it's not gonna be like every Saturday and Sunday I'm gonna work
Right.
because I know once certain weekends I might want to off and shit like that too.
Right.
Um, and so that being said, it got me thinking that I might start doing like the fall time. I might start doing like more daytime
Okay.
reviews.
Yeah, we was doing that before, so
Yeah.
you know,
I just like I just got so used to doing this shit like 11 or
I
10
love it.
o'clock
Right,
and stuff like that because some motherfuckers be bothering me in the daytime, like calling me
right.
and shit like that too. So I be hating doing reviews in the daytime and shit because motherfuckers be bothering me. That's why I like to wait till everyone's asleep.
Right, right.
Because
See,
mind you, like nobody like really calls or texts me unless if it's like urgent, urgent.
right.
So because that's the Space Jam review Sunday now it's gonna be rescheduled for 4 o'clock now
Okay,
because I work 7 p.m. on Sunday and shit too.
cool.
So yeah.
That's cool. Who's
Also,
Kevin, Knee boy? He said Kevin Tweet. I don't know who he's talking about.
I don't know.
The new Kevin in Victoria's Secret. Who the hell is that?
You talking about the YouTuber Karen Steffens or
From Victoria's Secret?
I
I
don't.
don't know.
I'm not even interested to be real, but and like I said before, I'm going on break. Let me see the date. Give me 1 second, because I actually got my date down and shit. On August 16th, so that will be the day I officially go on my 2 week break, maybe three. I don't know yet. And before I go on break, I do want to talk about Ja Rule's discography.
Yes,
I feel like it's been well and long awaited,
definitely.
and I'm not going to talk about the Pain is Love 2 album. I'm going to talk about
That's
Are
part of
You.
his discography, though.
Do you really want to listen to that? I mean,
I listened to it when you know what I listened to it on Dat Piff because that's when he got locked up. Remember he got locked up. He did like
yeah,
it was like for 3 years or something. He only did like a year or something,
yeah.
and they released it on Dat Piff, and I heard it like 09, 2010, something like that. So I remember like one song because the one song I remember he sampled the Suzanne Vega Tom's Diner song, and that's always been like one of my favorite songs growing up. I don't remember nothing else other than that one song from Pain is Love 2. So
Okay. Well, I did say I would review anything, so I did say that. I can't be a hypocrite.
we could skip it if we want to. It's
Let me
up to
see how
you.
many albums he has. 'Cause we can
That
do
that
this.
that album was trash though. So spoiler alert, it's not a good album.
Because I heard people say it wasn't like an official album. That's why.
No, it's official, but it's not on Def Jam. Like I think he had yeah, Murder Inc. had already like left Def Jam at that point.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that album is terrible.
All right, so he has 7 albums. Because I wanted to also talk about at least one of the Murder Inc. compilations too.
Yeah.
I want to pre-record that one and shit.
Okay.
So I think that like the last week of July we can start doing Vidi Vidi Vici and shit.
Okay.
I want to do like a good hip hop breakdown before I go on break.
Yeah.
And that's just part one of my announcements and shit. I'm gonna save the next part when I get it all formulated and shit. But yeah, these reviews were fun. I know you were kind of bored with them. Like I said, you're MVP though.
I'm just scouring through these artists. Maybe I'll like them, maybe I won't. So you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? It's a learning experience. And some artists you're gonna like, some artists you're not gonna like.
right.
But I know like a couple songs from Metallica, so
Cause it is a motherfuckers I don't like, and you want me to review, then
no, I
I'll
don't
give.
want you to do that. I want you. No, I actually want you. If you like though, that's cool. I don't want you to do it if your heart not into it though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I love Linkin Park and you don't like Linkin Park. I don't want you to do a
no,
Linkin Park review, huh?
I like Lincoln, but I like most of the earlier
Oh,
stuff.
you don't like Green Day? My bad. You don't like Green Day.
Yeah,
See, I don't want to do a Green Day breakdown one day and you don't like Green Day because it's not gonna be real. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, the
So
breakdown. Yeah, I'm good on
it's
that.
like no, I could do that by myself if anything.
True. Now, if it was whole, then I wouldn't mind giving whole a chance and shit.
Whole.
Like Courtney Love's Blue.
Yeah, I listen to Whole. I listen to
Yeah.
their first album was good. I like their first album.
See, I need to listen to that. I heard the 1994 one and shit.
The that's the group of Courtney Love, right? Whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, Celebrity Skins. That album I actually like that one. I haven't listened to the other stuff, but Celebrity Skin I actually like.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. that album I listened to, it kind of grew on me over the years and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
And
that album cover.
I learned to play I learned to play some of these songs from rock bands. So favorite dark comedy artist.
Like stand up. Are you referring to stand up or just
I don't know who Karen is, knee boy. Who you talking about? That could be any white chick for Victoria's Secret.
so tomorrow's the Coogee Rap breakdowns?
Yes. I had I had I had to go through his latter albums, so I wasn't completely done until now. Like Return of the Dawn and um, Half a Clip and the Five Family Click album. I had to listen to all of them. I didn't finish the whole thing, so I'm like, yo, let me finish this up. So I'm finished with all of his albums now.
Yeah, I know. I gotta re-listen to the Necro album tomorrow.
Yeah, that was good. I like that joint.
Yeah,
That was a good album.
and after Coogee Rap, we're gonna do Snoop Dogg.
Snoop. Oh God.
Yeah,
Well, I've heard mostly everything from Snoop except for like the gospel album and Never Left. So you
that
know,
gospel album.
I think I'm gonna just skip the gospel album and just go to Never Left.
He made a reggae album too.
I skipped that. Well, I remember when I came. I was hyped when it came out, and I heard it. I'm like, this is crap. And he did a documentary for that album. No, Netflix. What was you doing? Get your money back. Yeah, that was trash. You know. You know.
Yeah, Shaq's dead.
Dark comedy. I don't know any. What is dark comedy from who? Crazy. When is the
You ready?
breakdown?
You said what?
When is the Snoop discography breakdown?
Uh, maybe early next month.
Next month. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit, that's gonna be easy. Cause we already know what albums were great from him and what wasn't. You know.
True. But at the same time, it's just that I don't want to always. When it comes to Snoop,
Uh huh.
he gets the nod. I mean, people just want to focus on Il Mad Doggy Style, which
Well,
yes,
after
it's good
Doggy
album.
Style, I mean no dog. After Doggy Style is when you really get to the heart of his discography. Cause people love the second album, some people don't, and then you got the No Limit stuff, and then when he went to Capitol Records and started his own label, so you have a lot to choose from when it comes to Snoop. Are we gonna do a live reaction to Sahide Barcode episode 1? Sahide the Prince you talking about?
That wasn't planned on.
Blue Carpet was fire, definitely. We're gonna talk about Blue Carpet Treatment. That was a great album. One of my favorite Snoop Dogg albums.
After that album, it's just trash.
Huh?
After that album,
After Blue Carpet Treatment?
that's where the struggle really begins.
Man. It's hit and miss after that. You know, like the documentary I actually have that I thought I was there was some bangers, but it's not a great album. It's not a great album. Ego Tripping was trash, and I bought that the first day it came out. Not good. Um, I like the Bush album. I don't know how people feel about Pharrell doing a whole Snoop album. I thought it was good. But he has some stinkers in that. You know, Kool Aid to me was trash. I don't like that. He got some bad albums, and we just gotta call it like we see it. I'm not gonna censor myself because it's Snoop Dogg.
Snoop D-O-double-G.
You know what I mean? He got classics and he got some shit. So that's why it's always great to talk about the whole artist, discography from great to trash. Who did Who did Tell Me If You Still Care? SOS Band. Come on, Ronnie. I got that on vinyl.
No, I mean he said who did it better,
Who did
SOS.
it better? Monica did that joint?
Yeah, she did a cover.
For what album?
If I'm not mistaken, either Miss Thing or the second album.
I don't remember that joint.
But yeah, SOS of course.
Yes, definitely. Sahai is dope. I haven't heard nothing in a minute from him since what was it, the that mixtape album he had? No
Yeah,
Church on Sundays joint or something like that.
that shit was fire.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, I thought so about it.
Like like Trey Parker and Matt Stone, Seth Green or Seth Mc. Oh, we talking about that comedy, like animation comedy. We talking about
Oh, Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
The Simpsons.
Nah, South Park.
Oh, South Park.
Yeah,
Okay, South Park was dope. Yeah, that was on Miss Thing. I don't remember that song. ACDC, TNT, or Thunderstruck.
TNT. I swear to God, these niggas always fuck their dicks up. So who's waiting for Space Jam 2?
Oh God, is it gonna be good?
Like I said, I'm gonna wait like 2 weeks before I watch it.
Did you watch? Are you a fan of like the Marvel films?
Not really.
Black Widow. I saw Black Widow. Black Widow was actually good.
Yeah, I heard that was good.
It was actually for a movie that been made like what 2 3 years ago. It was actually a good film. James Hetfield or Ozzy Osbourne, better vocalist.
Ozzy. I'm gonna stay up for about 10 more minutes.
Yeah, Space Jam 1 is a classic.
Yeah, I don't think LeBron will have that chart. I don't know.
Nah, I think if anything, the Looney Tune characters are gonna be the star of the film. It ain't gonna be LeBron.
Hmm.
Is it better than Trash Captain Marvel? Captain Marvel was okay, but Captain Marvel was good because of Samuel L. Jackson and the cat. I didn't like Brie Olsen as Captain Marvel. I didn't think she. I don't. She didn't do like to me. She was better in Endgame as Captain Marvel. I don't think for her own film she was even the star of her own film. But to me, Black Widow was good. It was a lot of action. Um, Florence Pugh was good as Yelena. She played Black Widow's younger sister. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I want to play some music.
Better live performer David Lee Roth or Freddie Mercury.
Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie was great, man. David had a lot of energy though. What movie y'all watching tonight? Reg, what you watching tonight?
I'm just gonna go with the flow.
I'm binge watching Supernatural all 15 seasons right now. 'Cause I never watched the show. I've always wanted to, so I finished season 1 over the weekend. I'm on season 2, and I want to do like I'm planning on doing like a binge watch discussion for that show like next year, cause it's gonna take me at least up until next year to finish the whole show. So I'm planning on doing a whole discussion on that show when I'm finished with all 15 seasons. But that's what I'm watching. I'm doing watching Supernatural season 2.
Don't forget the new Power starts next Sunday.
Huh?
The new Power starts this Sunday.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'll be watching that as well. Of course, I gotta watch that. That's a
Mm,
given. So the Kanan story, Power Book 3.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely excited for that one. Who remembers this old Cartoon Network show called Knights of the Zodiac? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that shit either.
What year was that? Worst album, Notorious K.I.M. or Forever, definitely Forever. The K.I.M. is a classic compared to Forever.
I don't go that far.
There's more songs I could bump on K.I.M. than Forever. I don't like Forever. Wu Tang. Which Wu Tang song is underrated? Diesel from Soul in the Hole soundtrack.
Mm. The MGM.
MGM was great. American Soul season 3 will be premiered on what's American Soul?
Oh shit. That's the BT show based on Soul Train.
Oh, okay.
Top
Already
line.
already got a season 3.
Yeah, man. Oh, let me get my calendar. Hold up. Holy shit.
China Doll sounds like Illmatic, right? I didn't like China Doll, but like I said, like that Forever album had everybody on that album and it was still bad. So that just goes to show you that you can have a all star cast of features and still be crap. Summer Soul, we might do that. I haven't seen the film yet. I gotta watch it on streaming, but that's always a possibility. Discuss that documentary.
Yeah, that documentary was good.
We watched it already?
Yeah.
Some Soul? Well, okay, yeah. I mean, we might do a discussion on that. I'm gonna check it out. Ray Sean said it used to be on Toonami. It's also titled Saint Seiya. I don't know that. I don't know that cartoon.
Yeah, I didn't watch that either. BT don't even try with their schedule no more.
When is it starting?
Hold on, Ronnie. You said what's the order?
Season 3 of American Soul. He said
You
he
said
said
one.
Wednesday's premiering.
Yeah, I don't see nothing for Wednesday. I see that Tyler Perry's sister show. Is it gonna be on BT Plus?
Favorite Maze featuring Frankie Beverly song.
Mm, happy feeling.
What's your favorite Frankie Beverly song, Ronnie?
They get sampled a lot too.
Huh?
They get sampled a
Oh,
lot.
Maze.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear Russell Peters' podcast? He had Kane, Lord Finesse, Mad Skills, and Aries Spears. Nah, Who the hell is Russell Peters?
He's a comedian.
He has his own podcast.
I guess so.
And he had Big Daddy Kane and Lord Finesse and Mad Skills, and I didn't even know that. I didn't hear it. What did Kane have to say?
Probably promoting his
What
movie.
did Mad Skills have to say? I'm interested in what he had to say. He's been a dick to people online for years. So
He's probably promoting his next New Year rap song.
is that what he's known for now? Like he's not even known for his own shit. He's just known for like doing the annual year end wrap up song. Is that what it's come down to? Like this man had a underrated gem with from where in '96, and people don't even talk about that album. They only know him for the year end wrap up song.
And the crazy thing is, other motherfuckers did it better than him now.
Really?
Yeah, I think this motherfucker like named King Murder or whatever his name
Uncle
is.
Murder versus Skills. He have beef with Uncle Murder?
That's his name, Uncle Murder.
Oh my god, I
He,
never liked Uncle Murder.
he does it better than him now.
Never liked him. I don't like none of his mixtapes. I didn't like him when he got signed to G Unit. I don't care for dude. That's one of them mixtape artists that they didn't live up to the hype. Like they made mixtapes, but they didn't drop no albums that people cared about. Which Quincy Jones produced song is underrated? What is it with you, Ronnie, and these underrated? You have like an underrated list or something you want to access?
Oh, yeah, you still working on your list, by the way.
I still have to finish the list up.
Gotcha.
Uncle Murder raps are funnier. I don't like none of his raps, so I could care less about him. I don't like nothing he's put out.
Niggas calling themselves murder, but they ain't never murdered nobody. That's the funny thing.
How did he get into beef with Uncle Murder anyway? That
Fuck
seemed
over
like
these,
so. I don't even
fuck over
seem
these
like
little
somebody you would, huh?
over these New Year rap songs.
Is that what it is? Uncle Murder made a better rap song than him?
I guess so.
Nah, man, he not fucking with Skills. Skills is a good artist. I don't like how he treat his fans online though, but um, he's always been dope to me.
Oh, where's my fire stick? Oh, there it is.
They had beef. Wow, I didn't even know that. I guess nobody cared.
Why not just make a New Year's rap song together?
Right? Shit, do something good for once, Uncle Murder. Better lyricist, Cannabis or Rascas?
Rascals.
Rascas had the better discography too.
Wait a minute. I was just listening to Soul on Ice today too.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
album.
yeah, certain songs from the album.
What's weirder, Skills versus Uncle Murder beef or Gorilla Black versus Daz? I didn't even know Daz was beef on Gorilla Black.
Yeah, I think the Gorilla Black didn't pay Daz some beats. I don't know.
Oh lord,
And you know how Daz is.
I think they both weird. I think both of those beefs are weird. Daz went on IG Live and said he will kill Gorilla Black. What is up with? I don't know. I don't get Instagram. Like Instagram are so quick to block everybody else's videos from years ago,
But
but
they knocking
they still
Daz.
have up the video of dude getting killed for the dude defacing Nipsey's mural. And it's not even the dude. It's his friend.
Oh wow, well, that was his friend.
Yes, they killed the wrong dude. His friend that he was talking to on IG Live was the one that defaced the mural. supposedly. That's what I was hearing people saying, that it was they shot the wrong guy or whatever. But they keep that video up, but they quick to delete everybody else's video.
That's funny. That's
I
funny.
don't understand that. So you rather keep up a video of a dude getting shot up on IG Live, but you're deleting my fucking videos from like 4 years ago.
A black man getting shot.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy.
You know what's wrong?
Eddie Levert or David Ruffin, better vocalist.
David.
Eddie. It's crazy, yo. They're like blocking everybody. Like, so when did they become like the block police? They're blocking everybody's videos from years ago.
Stupid.
But when there's a crime committed on their platform, they're letting that slide. You know what I'm saying? And this shit was like all over, California news and all that. What's better? The TGT album I didn't even bother listen to, so it's LSG for me.
I never heard that TGT album.
TGT. That album should have never been made.
Shit, I'm waiting for that shot album.
That's never going to come out.
Right.
I hope you don't hear any kids saying that you don't respect our generation of music. I don't care what these kids have to say. This is why we do what we do, because they need to know their history. Wikipedia ain't gonna tell them. So I don't no 16-year-old could tell me shit about no music, because they wasn't even born when half of this shit was out anyway. LSG all day. That was a great super group. Everybody can't do one though.
Well, I mean, it's a few more comments. I saw Coolio drop one of his best verses on.
Huh?
I saw Coolio drop one of his best verses on Solo Ice too.
Coolio?
Yeah.
He was on that?
Yeah, he did a song Drama with Rascals.
I don't remember hearing that shit. I heard is that the one that came out, like, was it like 2018 or some shit?
No, that was 96. 96.
No, I mean Soul on Ice 2, I'm talking about.
Oh, Solo Ice too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
think
was
I
on
kept
that joint, or you talking about the actual Soul on Ice album?
the actual Solo Ice album.
Oh, the album. Okay. I was about to say I don't
I,
remember Coolio on part 2.
I never even heard part 2 yet.
Yeah, it was. You're not missing nothing.
I'm not. I played it.
Better album. I remember. I think the RZA produced a song on there for him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, cause I think RZA's on that album. Better album cover: Metallica, the Black Album, or Pink Floyd, the Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark Side of the Moon.
They both black covers, right?
Right.
Only difference is you have like a little bit of color on the Pink Floyd album.
Yep.
Who has the better black album is the real question.
Metallica.
Metallica
Yeah.
over Jay-Z and Prince.
Oh, you talking over them? Oh,
Yeah, like who has the better black album?
Prince.
Prince has the best black album.
Yeah.
I love Jay-Z's black album. Who should make a black album? That's the real question. What artist right now can make a black album? Can Kendrick do it?
Nah.
No. What about Tyler?
Maybe.
Cardi B. Any boy said Cardi B. Cardi B could do a black album. What would she talk about?
Fame, culture.
She would talk about the same shit. It
Folks.
wouldn't be anything different. He said that's the best rant of all time. What rant are you talking about?
You talking about the T-Pain shit?
Oh, that's
Do something.
Hoeing. That's basically she talk about that now. So it would just be a whole black album cover, and she just talk about the same shit. Metallica, the Black Album, to me as much as I like Jay Z, the Black Album. AC/DC did a Black Album too.
Yeah, but they called that. They named that Back in Black.
Oh,
They actually named that.
wow.
Another artist did a Black album. See, I'm trying to think.
hmm It was more.
Yeah, let me look it up. Hold on, 'cause it's driving me crazy. Where's my phone? At?
Ray J threatening to rape Fabulous. Best
Right,
rant ever. What?
right.
I never heard that rant, yo. He threatened to rape Fabulous.
Let me listen to this.
Of all things to do, you're gonna rape Fab.
That
Why not just take the man's Jesus piece or something? You're gonna rape him?
that's not even
Is
cool.
is that is that over Kim Kardashian? I mean, because everybody had her.
Right,
That's funny. He said I'm gonna rape Fab. I have to hear that.
right.
Just so I can laugh. I gotta hear that shit. Mary J. Blige, the Black Album. Nah, that's not the same, yo. We talking about when it was actually called like the Black Album, not What's the 4-in-1. That's not a Black Album. I meant what artists could like had like the best Black Album. That's what I meant, not Black Album cover. Do they have that online? That Ray J rant?
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
What year was that?
2011.
Oh my god.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
And excuse my language, but you know what I'm saying? Be whoever you want to be, love whoever you want to love. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant when you want to disrespect me and the money team, and we got 7 road workers outside, and we just like 350 racks on disrespect me. I'm gonna take you up again, fool.
I said, Ray J, what's up?
Niggas say a white chick got beat up. I'll slap a nigga in the face, my nigga.
So you punch Fab in the face.
One time.
He lying.
Hey, all I'm saying is if you got Fab number, tell that nigga to send a picture of his face right now.
Okay, Ray J, let me ask you. So this is what happened. Because you didn't like.
Is that what's her name?
On Twitter.
Is that who?
Is that Angela Yee?
I believe so.
She's such an instigator, yo.
That's my big brother, nigga. We grew up together. So if you think I just came over there and sang a song, you got me motherfucking twisted. I'm always over here, nigga.
He said play the Fabulous DJ Clue response. DJ Clue had something to say.
So can I ask you?
I guess so.
Yeah. So you're close to me. What happened?
What?
I said, so you went up to him after party.
I'm with the running team right now. We are over here. I swear to God, he's running for me right now. I had 100 fools outside of Move right now. He never left the club. He was scared up in there. He took the call police.
So when you hit him, what did he do, Ray?
Nothing, Joe.
Okay, now Ray J, let me ask you. So he didn't hit you back.
Look, check this out. No disrespect. Like, shout out to my big bro D, because he tried to really be like, look, they were just going in on you. And you know, it was all fun and games. Shout out to Kevin Hart, because he's a comedian. But Fab ain't no comedian. My homie saved his life when he was in LA. His life was stripped by my other dudes. And my other homie saved his life. So I didn't even speak disrespectful to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was. So when I seen him, I was with 40, 50, and he tried to say, don't touch me, and I punched that nigga.
Oh god.
The 50 is to get the fight.
I got the 10 tonight. I got kicked out of the motherfucking Palm Hotel. Police arrested me, handcuffed. Look, I said, look, y'all can take me to jail if y'all just.
Now, Ray, let me know, did that at all hit people, or did he hit you at all?
Nah, look, my team don't play. If you disrespect me, don't come to the West Coast. So he in Las Vegas, and he took to disrespect me.
Well, we heard Fab headbutted you, and people are upset because he had his guard down.
Come on, man. You can't bully me.
So
Listen, I swear. Listen, you call that right now. We get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is. Because he knows my big homie is on his book. So we gonna apologize on the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne, listen, you know y'all my kiddies, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure you call up to the Breakfast Club and apologize for his actions. I'm not playing, man. You niggas think I sing songs and run around here and do dance? I don't play that shit, man.
you got no Marion. Ray, don't go to jail. It ain't nothing ain't worth going to jail, man.
I know, and so this what happened, right? Everybody told me to calm down. I'm back at the crib. I got kicked out of the palms. I went back up to the palms. Listen, my homegirl is on the GT with me. He got a 97 GT. Come on.
Listen, but Ray, you know when you come to New York.
I got a 20-foot square, listen, 20,000 square foot crib. I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool. I got an indoor basketball court and an outdoor basketball court. It's 12-ass bitch-ass niggas. I swear to God.
Now, Ray, just one question, though.
I hit Slay. He ain't gonna be able to even stand his own time because I got some dudes out there that's gonna get him too.
All right,
got
Ray,
some
but
dudes
let
out
me ask
there.
you something. You know this guy goes around on Twitter all the time, like,
Nigga.
Come on, man.
He called me. I let that nigga borrow my Lamborghini for his studio in LA. That's my word. That's true.
Hey, Ray.
Borrow my Lamborghini. I let him drop my top. He can have that shit. That's old. I got 3 new Rolls Royces outside. And I'm tired of being humble with niggas. I'm tired of being humble. And I'm tired of being low key. Now I'm about to pull my motherfucking whips out. I'm about to show y'all what my crib looks like. And I'm about to roll with my niggas and smack niggas up that
You ain't tight. That's what I'm talking about.
guys, we don't want anything. We don't want
All that is brandy money anyway.
I don't give a fuck about nothing but making money, making good product. I create my own TV shows. All my cars is paid for. All my cribs is paid for. I got pictures of every one of my bitches. Come to my shit and see it. I'm standing on this shit. Charlamagne knows me. That's my big homie.
My man.
We go pay back. So he knows when I call him, I'm going to give him the exclusive shit. And I'm tired of the name.
Oh my God.
Give me 1 second. I'm using the bathroom, bro.
Yeah.
Charlamagne, that's my word.
I'm gonna wind it back when I come back.
And he gonna apologize.
This is crazy.
All right, Ray, don't get out there, Ray.
Yeah, Ray, they calm down, just stay in the house.
Already got locked up.
Don't get out there. Go smoke some, Ray. Go smoke some and calm down, brother.
I'm ready for this nigga, man.
All right.
Thank
you,
Man,
Ray.
I hate when people so mad like that. I don't want Ray to do nothing. Ray, go on.
Talk shit. I was with Puff last night and I said, Puff, he said, listen, if anybody talk shit about me, I'm gonna smack them niggas in the face. And I said, you know what? You're right. If you can't squash this, it's over.
Now we gonna squash it. We need to end peacefully.
Only nigga that can squash this shit is DJ Cook.
We gonna make that happen.
Charlamagne, Envy, Angela Yee, I promise you, I'ma have them call up here, and he's gonna apologize to Breakfast Club. He's gonna apologize to me for being a broke-ass, bitch-ass nigga. I got 6 Rolls Royces outside, 2 of it.
I'm back.
Yeah.
And I'm not a lot, so you're right.
Ray J is out his mind, yo. These 2 niggas arguing, they ain't got no classic albums or between them.
They want me to play the fabulous response. Okay, after I play the fabulous response, I'm about to call it a night.
Right.
Yeah, Ray, they calm down, just stay in the house.
Did he say he's gonna rape me yet?
I didn't hear it.
I'm ready for this nigga, man.
Man, I hate when people so mad like that. I don't want Ray to do nothing. Ray, go on.
Talk shit. I was with Puff
Now we gonna squash it. We need to take it peacefully.
Only nigga that can squash this shit is DJ Cook.
We gonna make that happen.
Charlamagne, Angela Yee, I promise you, I'ma have fans call up here.
Call up here.
Apologize to the Breakfast Club. You're gonna apologize to me for being a broke ass, bitch ass nigga. I got 6 more voices outside. 2 of them.
We just gotta end peacefully, right?
And I like Baby a lot, so you're right.
Talk to us.
Come on. They gonna rape him? Wow. Crazy.
Wow.
And he said that with the toughness. They gonna rape that nigga. Why he so mad?
Now you can,
That's funny.
that's not funny, but still.
Ray J, why you so mad? You should be mad he ain't got a classic album.
Don't you have that?
Okay, let me hear Fabulous' response.
That's funny.
So, you think he would be all talk about it?
He said that with no problem. Like you don't have, you don't got an issue saying that. Overreacting, shit.
That wasn't Ray J. That wasn't Willie Young Jr. That wasn't Randy brother. So that wasn't
So he called it a morning show today, and obviously you heard what happened, man. We just want to hear your side of the story.
I mean, really, like, this is not no big thing to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is at this point. It's just more war on drugs than war between Ray J and me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's high, coked up, or pills, and, his rumor, I heard it's hilarious to me, first and foremost, joke to me, like, it's not. I'm taking it serious on the side of where he thinks that that he should do that too, but I'm laughing at his whole character. Like, there's nobody that can lead Ray J to that point unless he's gonna prove it. So at this point now, he's gonna have to prove all of this funny that he was saying on the world on the Breakfast Club. But really, I'm sure people seen on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? We had some fun with him. We only had a 24/7 show for the site. You know what I'm saying? I guess Ray J was on the show.
Right.
And on the show, Floyd goes, I'm about to have a concert in my living room. You know what I'm saying? So from there, the camera cut to Ray J singing on piano, singing, and shit was just funny to me. You know what I'm saying? I made a couple of jokes about it on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And, I guess people on Twitter had fun with it. Twitter, that's what Twitter does. They had fun with it. So they had fun with it. Now, I'm pretty big for the fight. I went to Diddy at a dinner. Did that dinner at you know what I mean? He was dead, right? Right. Okay. So Ray J comes to the dinner. Ray J pops up at the dinner, and Ray J came in like, "Yo, I'm glad you got me on Twitter." Laughed about it. Joked about it. Jet Part was there. Diddy was there. All people who were all in the situation. They know exactly what's going on. You were there, DJ Kluge. You had a guy who just watched this. I know that's your man. I know, look at Brandy is your man. So that's why,
Little baby.
You're the only man that just watched it. You're the Mr. Farrakhan. So, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, comes into the dinner, and, we laughed about it, we chopped it up about it. And when he said it was the the way they ended the 24/7 show. He said it was mad there, it was people there, it was everybody was in the living room. It still was funny, we still was joking, and we still was telling them not to do any concerts in their living room. Don't do any shows in people's basements, you know what I mean? Like, that's not where we want to see this career go, you know what I'm saying? So we all laughed about that, joked about it. He was cool. He sat down. He ate some chicken. You know what I'm saying? Everything was cool. Everything water under the bridge. I have a show here at the Palms with Jay Gibson and Style P. And I see him and he's like, yo, come down to the show later. Everything's cool. I'm like, cool. I'll see you at the show. But we get to dinner. I get to dinner. I went to dinner before the show. I see Kevin Hart. He said, y'all just seen Ray J. He got on a little red hoodie. And he just told me, yo, we got 7 voices. And, this is on deck. We just get money out here. The money team. The money
That's what niggas be telling the longest stories and shit.
Kevin Hart said, I just looked at him and said, okay, if that's him, it won't go. You know what I'm saying? So we laughed about that. But I had no feeling that Ray J had any problems with me whatsoever, you know what I'm saying? So we go to the show. I'm walking down the hallway to the show. I see kids, see myself some kids. As I'm coming out, just want everybody. I see 50 against the wall. I see Floyd against the wall. And I see Brandon's brother with the red hoodie, you know what I'm saying? Because Chad just told me, with the red hoodie.
This shit is mad long.
For real.
Fuck that.
I'm going to get
Yeah.
Floyd.
Fuck Dre J. Fuck all that shit, man. These two niggas fighting and they ain't got no classic album to their name. So
Oh, it's some Rolls Royce and shit.
yes, like who they fighting? What they fighting over? I still missed the whole point of the beef.
I lost interest.
They both had Kim Kardashian, so they fighting over that hold and take a number because she had a lot of people.
This nigga talking about I'm a raping nigga. Like what?
And he had no problem saying that.
No, like first of all, how is that even tough? But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. This has been real as fuck, y'all. So tomorrow is gonna be the rescheduled Fuji Rap
Yes.
discography breakdown.
Yes.
Really cannot wait for that. And Wednesday is a double review of Busta Rhymes Genesis at A Safe No More.
Yes.
I really can't wait for that. And Sunday is gonna be the Space Jam soundtrack.
Yes. In the afternoon this time.
Afternoon, special.
Early joint.
Yeah. And then Thursday is your shit too.
Thursday is Sadat X Wild Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
Celebrating the anniversary for that album.
And that's gonna be 11, right?
Yes, you know it. Unless you gotta work early. If you gotta work, then we do it early.
I know it's a weekend shoot, so Thursdays is good.
Cool.
All right, bro. Appreciate it. By the way, did you hear that song I sent you back?
Yeah. I gotta hear that. I'm definitely gonna hear that. When I
All
get
right,
home.
bet. All right. Hope you have a good night, bro.
Yes, you
And
too.
hope everyone subscribe and like this video. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace.